Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin.
And I'm Gabe.
And you're watching episode 24 of DangIT Productions. And today, we actually had a topic at hand, like kind of a little tiny topic to talk about. But I wanted to really talk about this first because like I've been really struggling with this thought is that, you know how with friends and whatnot, you talk up a storm, right?
Yes.
But in the classroom, you're just kind of like, raise your hands. But
don't worry, boys. The chainsaws are on the way.
Hooray! Freaking SpongeBob. But yeah, like the reason I'm bringing this up and why I feel weird about it is that last night I attended this lecture at the chapel, and there was a lot of people. And it immediately brought me back to the idea of like, what if we had that kind of audience, and how like this person's so open to talk about like things that she's studied. And I was thinking like, well, we could do that too, like in a crowd, but like, you know, when we're by ourselves or in like classroom setting, we don't talk at all. So it's almost like kind of like, what's the word? Living a double life kind of, where you're like open on one side and the other one's just like really shy.
A Walter White type of situation.
So I don't know, we make these YouTube videos and we're trying to present ourselves as this kind of personality that people will like and follow or be inspired by.
I don't expect people to like me.
Man, we got a dislike from that video. What was it? Bowling?
We got a dislike?
We got one dislike.
That's awesome.
I don't know why that person disliked it. Maybe they just came in like thinking with this one way, but we sadly disappointed him.
PSA about why bullying is bad. I endorse it.
You do. I guess I need some sense of closure, just like to figure out like my identity. Like, I know I want to be this personality that people will like and will be inspired by, but at the same time, like, if I'm not able to project that like in the real world where I talk to people all the time, but there's times where I'm a little shy and don't want to say anything. I don't know. I just feel meh about that. I mean, think of just times in the classroom, Gabe. Like, how many times have you just really wanted to say something that you just wanted to raise your hand, and you got the entire classroom's attention? And now you're like,
I don't think I've had that problem. If I have, I don't remember. Remember, I haven't been in the classroom for going on 2 years.
Jeez.
Oh God, that's such a long time.
So I guess the topic of this podcast is, I guess, how open a person can be and like the steps you could take to be a more of an open person. Like, I guess introvert versus extrovert and like where you lie. I know like if we were to draw, I'm gonna give
There's one right there.
I did not see it.
You're blind.
Microphone covered. So actually this long line, this is like intro, this is extra, and this is like the dead center right here. I'm like right here. Where are you at?
Let's see, that's Justin. See, now I'm a special case. I believe I'm more of a
on occasions, like it's like on and off.
Yes, usually around friends and people I'm getting to know, I'm here. When it's acquaintances of people that I'm starting to get to know, I'm usually that.
Acquaintances? Just
Yeah.
acquaintances? Like then where would you be like when you're hanging out with me? Are you just somewhere here?
Yeah, I'm more around this area.
So you're saying like around kind of strangers, you're more open to like.
Around a stranger, I'm very quiet, but when I'm starting to get to know the person, I want them to know as much about me as they possibly can in a short amount of time. That way I know that they're going to be a friend and stay a friend, or they're going to not be a friend and just avoid me. Yeah. So I explode them with information here and then never talk to them again.
All right. Oh, we have that on the board. I think I just stay consistent right there for the most part.
Yeah, I can see it.
I mean, there's nothing to be wrong. There's nothing to be ashamed of when you're an introvert. I mean,
you're a terrible person and I hate you.
If anything, it makes you more thoughtful because you keep your thoughts to yourself. Like there's a study a long time ago, I don't even have the evidence for that, but
X amount of days.
People who tend to be introverts are the ones who are more thoughtful and more intelligent in the classroom, and I can see that. But that doesn't mean that extroverts aren't intelligent by themselves. It's just that
You're a terrible person and I hate you.
Both types just require a certain amount of socialization, is all. But you would think
They're all terrible and I hate them.
you think as like a social kind of creature, like we as people want to always have like company.
I would figure that. I would figure that by the way that humans evolved and grown as a species and across all species, that most would generally be all extroverted.
Yeah.
Because to survive, they need to be mainly in a pack.
So if that's the case, then probably there is no such thing as a complete introvert. Moreover, it's just like a gradual increase in extrovertism. Words.
All right then.
Extrovertism.
But I believe that there are true introverts, but we don't hear about them because
they're truly introverted.
Yeah. Here's society. That's a house.
I can dig it. I can live in that.
The dirt house from Minecraft.
I can live in it.
And then, all right. So wait a minute. Where's the thing?
Mud bats and beds.
Mud Bath and Beyond. The extroverts, they would be here with their little dirt house from Minecraft going on. So here's where a good amount of people are around certain people. But usually for most cases I believe, when they're around strangers or by themselves or with family, depending on the family, they're more this spectrum of Minecraft. Draw a mushroom there, mushroom there.
Oh, like a legitimate, like, oh.
Yeah. Some lava here.
Yum.
Let's draw Steve.
Let's draw a diamond right there. So wait, how does this demonstrate, like, intro and extroverts?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's something to do with it.
Like, with Minecraft, like, you're either playing with people or you're just by yourself in the world, so...
I guess that's a good example for it. It's really just like this. When you're playing with people, you tend to be on the surface, socializing with everyone, doing your own thing, building these big, massive structures, having fun. But when you're by yourself, you're down here in the mines trying to get that one piece of diamond that you're going to fall in lava to get.
Right.
Like Steve here.
Makes sense. So, I guess you could say, like, introverts have more of an objective to go through, or at least they have more of a drive to do something over an extrovert who's just like, oh, I'll just be with friends doing this.
Yeah. Like, extrovertism tends to be more mindless free play. While they still get tons of things accomplished, it's more broad spectrum, while an introvert kind of focuses on one thing, gets it done, and then switches track.
Yeah. I know, like, earlier I talked about, like, how you can be more open as if being an introvert's a bad thing, but I don't know, like, the way the society's structured is that you need to be able to communicate with people in order to, like, survive.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you're on your own, you better have, like, acres of land to just grow crops and plants and everything.
Or you could live in today's modern era where you just shop online.
It's like, I haven't seen you in a long time, I know, me too. Just both on your phones.
Yeah. Because, what's it called? Amazon. They sell groceries.
They do?
Yeah.
Wow.
You didn't know that?
I know it. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I looked up this cereal that I haven't seen in a long time. It's like Oreo's brand cereal.
What?
That Oreo brand cereal.
There's an Oreo cereal?
Yeah.
Cereal? Yeah.
Cereal.
Surprised you didn't catch that.
No, I didn't.
I caught it real quick. I'm starting to get back in the groove of things.
I'm hearing things. Gears are like starting.
Yeah. Let's see if I can't draw the gears in my head. Today's a very artistic podcast.
I hope people appreciate that.
No.
They don't. I really hope that one day we'll be able to, like, talk in front of a large audience like I did watching Gloria Steinem's lecture. She's a iconic feminist. There's a lot of people. Like, I actually had trouble finding a parking space. The ground floor of that place was, like, filled with people, and I had to go upstairs. And we were just, like, a couple of seats left.
Yeah, that's pretty much what my mind was like. But now that we're doing podcasts more often, they're turning.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, like, I think for me, school and doing the podcast like helped me like express myself and just like help me think.
Uh-huh.
And then for you, like the podcast, they just helped you just turn your gears.
Yeah.
Because
Otherwise, I get stagnant and just kind of like I'm gonna kill someone later.
I don't know, like seeing myself like in the audience, watching this person talk, it was really
Got
different.
you thinking about like,
Like,
well, what if I was that person up there and I wasn't? And
like
they were
they were like these like men and women are like cheering this person on. They were really inspired by this person. Like some people, like there was another talk that I went to earlier this week, and she also had quite the big audience. Not as big, but you know, big audience. And there's people in the crowd. Like you're such a true inspiration to me, and to think that maybe someone will tell us that, it's like whoa. But I guess it makes you feel like you should keep on doing what you're doing, and you know, continue to inspire other people. Like I know a lot of YouTubers get that too. Like they'll meet fans, and these fans are like, "Oh my God, like you inspired me during this tough time," and I hope that what we do now is kind of helping people, like just if anything, like calm themselves down if they had like a bad day or something. But yeah, I don't know. Well, considering that not a lot of people comment on our videos except for Philip Gibson,
we still appreciate that.
yeah, we do. But the problem is that we don't get that many people like talking to us, and I don't know. Like
As much as we joke around about it, for like the 6 of you that actually watch these, we actually would like comments.
Yeah.
Wait, would like?
We would.
Yeah, we would like comments. I'm learning grammar, I promise. But as much as we joke around about the whole put comments in the comment section below, we actually would appreciate that. We love the feedback because it allows us to give you better videos and focus more on what you want to hear about.
Of course, if we want to do something different, then you know, forget that.
Yeah.
Disregard that last thing we just said.
We'll put it in the suggestion box and then burn it later.
But no, it was thanks to Andre that I decided to cut these podcasts, which is really good, considering like how long-winded they can be. So
Talk for miles.
So it's definitely good that we get feedback, and so we can work on that. We love you. I want to wear your skin.
Shut up.
Not one person though. Oh yeah, that reminds me of the time that I met the first viewer. Just like coincident, like
I wonder, have we talked about that in a podcast?
I think like once. So what happened was I was meeting up with Gabe at our middle school, and I was parking my car, getting out of my car, going to the back to pick up the trunk. But before that, someone caught me and said like, "Hey, I watch your channel." I'm like, "Wait, what?" Because first of all, usually I hear for YouTubers like, "Hey, I watch your videos. I love your videos." So that's why I hear. So when I hear channel, it completely throws me off, and I'm just like, "Oh." It took me a while to like process like, this is a viewer. This is someone who watches our videos. And so I was like, oh, thanks.
That person unsubscribed that exact moment.
I'm so sorry. Like, if you're watching this right now, like, please do not think that I was just weirded out in that moment. I was just so taken back because I was not expecting that. I'm sure a lot of YouTubers are like that too, where they're like, I just met a viewer. It was weird. I kind of like it.
What is with that outlet? What are they going to plug up there? I would understand if the speakers were plugged up there. They're not.
Maybe someone had an idea and they were going to connect that, but someone already did like the inner wiring of that. And they're like, you don't need to worry about it. And they're like, you know what? I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah.
I have no idea where this podcast is going. This is just based off of like my own mindset of like how we are versus just like as like people like hanging out or just like doing separate things, but like in a unfamiliar setting with unfamiliar people, and then like, you know, being on a podium or something, talking to a whole bunch of people.
That would be so cool.
That'd be really cool though, but it's just, will we ever get there?
I don't know.
I think it all starts with the comments.
It all starts with the comments.
So keep it up, Philip.
Yeah.
It helps us.
Tell your friends to comment too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And only then will you be invited to dinner with us.
I think I would like to meet Philip Gibson.
Me too.
I feel
secretly I'd want to meet him.
Yeah, right?
I'm sure every single person on DangIT Productions would actually feel the same too. Like, want to meet this.
Yeah. Philip, you're awesome. You've been there from the beginning. You're still here, and you're the only one that comments.
Dude, I want to know like which video he subscribed from.
Right?
Like, he's been with us for a long time.
He was there when we still had vlogs, huh?
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a long. That was before podcast and like.
That's when you know like how long you've made your YouTube channel. When you have like series.
Yeah, when you have eras. Picture.
Okay, cool. There was the skits and random videos, and then the vlogs, and then more vlogs, and then more vlogs, and then the May-term vlogs, and then a little bit of vlogging after that. And then I was like, screw that, I'm just gonna keep doing skits. And then we had skit era, more skits, random video here and there, and then yeah, more skits again, and then Prodcast. Skits and Prodcast, and now it's Prodcast only. So it's weird to have a timeline, like right there. What's Gucci?
It started with Gucci.
Dude, that's when Christoph made his first appearance.
That's when everyone made their first appearance.
Except for Sephi. And David.
True.
So I think the rest of the podcast is a little bit more laid back.
Yeah. We hit that point.
We talked about my feelings about this and that. It was just weird, really. Just like by myself, thinking how shy I can really be versus like how open I would want to be as a presenter and whatnot.
Yeah, that's pretty much the timeline. It went from Gucci to skits to vlogs to solo vlogs, group skits, the Gabe era, the end of vlogs, DangIT crew, and then post crew.
What's Gabe era?
When I kind of did my own thing with the camera, like 90% of the video.
No.
Every time you came over with the vlogs and all that, I'd take your camera and do something.
Dude, I was like 20% of the vlogs in total.
It was right before the end of the vlogs.
You know, I need to look back at all those things because I feel like you did quite a number of those, but maybe like 3.
Not only that, the Gabe era was also when it was every freaking skit that you had was you and I just about.
Yeah. In that case, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And the vlogs. I know that like once you get your new camera, I kind of want to expect you to just film whatever you want.
Oh, I'm gonna be filming so much, and I'm just gonna throw it on my own channel.
Okay, I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Except for the time where it's like nature watching Justin as he struggles.
You don't understand. I will nature watch you more often than you would believe.
All right.
If anything, I would film you and not talk, and then just voice over the thing.
Okay. Well, it'll be like freaking like the 20-second video. Local chemist.
Yeah.
Robert and Frank decide to go and take the night out at the pub.
I wish that we did the Steve and his wife.
No, we can still do that.
Programmer Steve.
You can do that on your own channel.
Oh my gosh, I love that one. That's such a great idea. She'll soon be filing for divorce.
This is completely off the topic of anything, but they had this 50 fact extravaganza for like Smash Brothers, and that the biggest thing that they threw in there, 8-man Smash. 8 people, same screen. What's better is that they confirmed Mewtwo. If you buy both versions, you can download Mewtwo for free.
Wow. That's not even free anymore.
That's true. Like I thought about like, wait, that's not really free because you paid either like $30 or $40 or $60 for the game, the other game.
Yeah. Basically, you pay $50 for Mewtwo.
Roughly.
You gotta split the difference.
Or I'm hoping that there'll be more leeway about that later on, but
nope.
Nope. But yeah, she's 8-man Smash. That's so many people.
That is so many people.
Like looking at pictures.
That for the console?
Yeah, it's for the console.
Yeah, I figured.
Because that's just too many people.
That's not enough.
Dude, like, all I wish for is though is just some kind of adventure mode though, because I really like the concept of like subspace emissary, but I mean like it wasn't well done, but it was at least some kind of storyline that connected all the characters. And I just like that about it.
That was their like storyline or whatever.
Yeah.
Wasn't Kirby's like he went through whatever, and then fought Meta Knight at the end, or something in the middle?
Yeah, that was in like a collection of like a Kirby collection. There's like Meta Knight's Revenge. You like battle on a spaceship and whatnot. What was that?
Like, you know in animes, whenever they clench their fists, you could hear like their skin tightening or whatever.
Oh yeah, like.
Like, I did that one day. I clenched my fist and I heard the skin tighten, and I was like, that really does happen.
I'm in anime now. Oh yeah. Speaking of anime, Naruto. Both like the manga and the anime are like. Well,
like
they've been
catching up to each other.
Well, they're nearing the end. Like they're really nearing the end. Like I think 4 to 3 weeks. No, 3 to 4 weeks is what. God damn it! Making all the noise on the microphone. I'll throw this. What'd you say?
Did she say throw or did she say drop?
Throw or drop. I mean,
Something like that.
Doesn't matter.
Something that involved the depth of this camera.
Yeah, I got so mad with that. But
What'd you say?
3 to 4 weeks, manga's gonna end, and the anime's not so far behind at all. So, jeez. And then they're having the movie that just kind of is the epilogue of everything.
With who gets with who and
I don't know.
the next generation.
I don't know if that's gonna be covered. I mean, sure, a couple of years have passed, I think, but will people really? I mean, there's like Naruto already knows that Hinata likes him, but
Doesn't like love.
I don't know.
Love is real.
Love is real. Just trying so hard to make canon.
See, that's what they have to do at the epilogue. They have to end it all. They have to be like, this person ended with this person. They ended with this person.
Well, they can do that.
Enough with the fan fiction.
No, what they really should do is just like not even explain it. Not even explain it. It's like in like Young Justice where the 2 to 5 year time gap in which like they grow older and become like leaders. That we just find out that Superboy like is not in a relationship with Megan or that's her name, and they didn't really explain it at all until later on.
What's it called? The Martian Man Girl.
Yeah,
Woman Hunter.
I think that was pretty smart of that series to like have like they open up the episode with like a scene that doesn't like that's later on in the episode, and they just don't explain it until later on, or the fact that they don't even explain like what they usually plan out and stuff. And so like when they're in battle, like they have this whole pre-planned thing, and you're like, oh, that's smart. Jeez.
I don't know, because there's times when series end with like ambiguity, and it's just like, I'm mad. Yeah. Like Teen Titans. Teen Titans ended on a question mark. That was the most painful, most aggravating question mark ever.
Okay, that was a very terrible
my
cliffhanger,
God.
but
that's.
I mean, jeez, like
I will never get over that.
Like for me, like the anime I watched was like Buddy Complex. Like they had like 13 episodes, which were like very well like in depth about like character development and whatnot. And then you have like the 2-episode finale, which just like wrapped everything up, like in just 2 episodes. And they just rushed it, and I was like, I wanted more from the characters.
But see, I think the epilogue it should be done like what's it called? How Harry Potter's epilogue was. Where it's like
just that time skip.
Yeah, time skip like 12 years, and it's like they're together, they have these children, and they're all sending them away.
Yeah.
It is the next generation's turn.
Yeah.
Or, as Naruto's series would put it, the king has become the pawns. That's such an excellent like metaphor that they use, though. That was such a powerful metaphor. As they explained, I was like.
So there goes that.
Well, that happened. I'm gonna go get that.
Okay.
But that's my motion.
Yeah. Man, I don't know what's up with me and like shipping people together. Like, do we do that in real life?
I believe so.
Do we?
It's not as like.
It's not like. Well, I guess you can debate that. Like, we know the characters more in animes than we do people in real life because we're not like following them 24/7.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
We're not omniscient.
Yeah. We don't know their life. We don't know where they've been.
We don't know their struggle.
Right? You don't know where they're from. But Jesus, like right now, I'm just like struggling with shipping like Ash and like the new female companion. It's like subtle signs. We know that she likes him.
Yeah, I was gonna say the writers freaking made. The writers said, "All right, this going down."
Right? But jeez, like I wanted it to happen, but like I'm glad they did their approach to it, where it's just like it's spaced out. So like they'll be talking to each other like just friends, and they will never bring up like feelings or anything. It's just about like the main plot of the episode.
But it's opposite day.
No. Oh, Serena would love that. Freaking like.
But if it's opposite day, then she'd be like Ash and go completely over her head.
And then Ash is like this completely different person. Can we talk about how like Ash has like shown feelings for girls, but also become oblivious throughout the season? like the very first season, they showed like a picture of a girl, and then Ash and Brock were kind of like getting all, I don't know what's the word.
Horny.
Pretty much over this picture of a girl. It's like, wow, she's really pretty. And Brock said some very suggestive things, like he always does.
Brock, where are you going? I'm gonna go do stuff. Like what? Just stuff.
What are you gonna do? Just creeping around right now. They just can't see me. Nurse Joy! Dude, I love. Okay. I just wanted to say, like, I love how in between like Johto and like Hoenn, like the difference between like Misty like abusing Brock and like May and Max abusing Brock, and how like when they finally meet Misty and they're like, all right, we decided to pull Brock's ear. Misty comes in, grabs the ear and like just chucks him around the entire room, and they're like, God.
Dude, Misty got buff. She hoists.
So, do we want to close it here? It's been a really weird podcast, starting from like what I felt to like tangent, more than usual. I feel.
No, I believe this one was actually a very good, very strong paced podcast.
I mean, it is like, but you're missing the R. Oh. It's too late.
No, it isn't. See, it's been there the whole time.
There goes a sticker. It's gonna have that one with the DangIT Podcast.
It's limited edition. Yeah, I believe this was a really strong, very content-filled podcast.
Just talked about how we feel, and that's entirely what a podcast should be. And the followers will come. You know.
Honestly, this feels like the first two. This felt really strong.
Felt really strong?
Yeah.
What do you think was the first one then?
No, the first two podcasts, how strong those ones were.
Oh.
And how content stuffed they were with things to talk about.
I feel like though, like the first episode was like very energy and like minimum, because we were like talking with the inside voice.
We were talking with the inside voice.
It's weird because we were talking at the chapel too, imagining this entire like talking to a whole bunch of people. When just yesterday I was sitting in the crowd, looking down at that same floor, same stage, seeing this person just talk up a storm.
Could you I want our first I guess you could say studio audience type podcast. I would really love if we did it in the chapel.
That'd be
cool.
If
we did our first ones in the chapel.
Although I feel like we'd need to contact the school and just say like, hey, we're gonna borrow this space for a little bit.
We would, and it'd probably be like a fee, but I feel it would really be worth it just for that feeling of like it happened.
It happened. It's like you know Philip DeFranco, right? Or just not?
I know the name.
Yeah, well, he does a lot of these talk shows. Well,
like The View?
What? Oh, I wouldn't say they're talk shows. They're more like they're called like DeFranco Does Insert City here, where he just like talks about whatever. Oh man, PewDiePie did something like that. Jesus, that's like a world premiere kind of thing, where people are like waiting in lines.
There's a line to get
the
in
freaking
the line
Harry
for
Potter,
the line.
Freaking Harry Potter premiere. Jesus, that was a long line. I'm sure there's lines that have been longer, but Jesus, that was my first like midnight premiere about something.
I've been to many midnight premieres. Not one of them had a very large line. One of them had no line.
Great. Which one was that?
I don't remember.
It was Captain America. Oh, poor Captain America.
Poor Cap.
Poor Captain America.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure we're like 5 minutes over our time.
Right. So, you guys have been watching episode 24 of DangIT Podcast. My name is Justin.
I'm Gabe.
And thanks for watching. Hashtag